everybody, welcome back to my channel, Toots Fans. And in today's video, I'll be showing you how to crochet a coaster like this, but looking like a granny square. Let's get started. These are the materials I'll be using for this video. A size 4.0 millimeter crochet hook, some yarn, and scissors. Let's get started. This is how I do my slip stitch. So we're going to start off with a slip stitch, and then we're going to hold it. I'm going to twist my hook, spin it, and pull through, and then tighten this edge. Pull this rope, this tight short rope. Then you want to chain 6, and 6, and then so you have 6 loops on your hook, and then you want to join it with the first loop you made on your chain. You want to join it and do a slip stitch. Slip it together. This was for the first round. Next off, you're gonna chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then you want to do a 10 you want to do 10 double crochets in your loop. But every time you do a double crochet, technical difficulties. Every time you do a double crochet, you will chain 4. So this was my first loop, and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and then go up with the 4th. And then we want to do another double crochet. So I want to do this for 10 more times repeatedly across a circle. And at the end, you will count how much double crochets you had. What you will count is how much stand loops are there. Like how much of these are there. So 1, 2, 3. And then you should have 12 of these on your hook by the time you finish 10 more times. So let's get there. And of course, if you wish to do it smaller, you would only do it 10 times. But in this video, I'll be doing it 12 times. And yeah. And now I have my 10 double crochets on my flower. If you wanted to join in a second color of yarn, right here, right now, you would just chain 1. You would cut your yarn amount of this, not too long, not too short. You won't be leaving it in. So you want to cut it right here. And then you want to take your yarn, and then you want to grab your hook. You want to connect it by making a slip stitch through. This is how I do a slip stitch. Through. You'll be connecting it through any of these loops. But I won't be doing that right now. So after that, you want to be chaining 3. So 1, 2, 3. And you want to do 2 double crochets in this loop right here. So this one counts as a double crochet, and then we'll be doing 2 more double crochets in this loop right here. So 1 and 2. So if you kind of spin it and see what you've gotten, it will kind of look like a 3 double crochet. And then next off, you're going to chain 1. You warm up your yarn and do 3 double crochets in each hoop around. So you're going to do 3 double crochets in this, 3 double crochets in this, and so on around. And yeah. most importantly, do not forget, after each 3 double crochet, you will be chaining 1 to visit the other loop, because then it will look neater and better. You don't want it to be all cramped up and small like this. You want it to be flat like this. So you'll be chaining 1 at the end of each 3 double crochet. I'll call these a pair for now. So each pair of 3 double crochets, you'll be chaining 1 after. But wait, before we go ahead and complete our round, I want you to ask you a question. Did you forget to like and subscribe? Go ahead, like and subscribe, and be sure to be notified by each video I'll post on Friday. And yeah, let's complete. So at the very end of your round, you want to kind of join in by slip stitching through the 3rd V. So here's 1, 2, and then in this 3rd V, you'll be joining them by slip stitching. So I'm going to go ahead, press in your hook, grab your yarn, slip through, and make sure to tighten. And you should be getting something like this. Yeah. And now we're gonna take your yarn. It should be the measure of your finger. So I'm gonna grab my finger right here, and I'll be cutting it from right over here. It's not too much, like that. And then you want to get your other color yarn ready. Just gonna slip it out. Make sure to pull on it, pull on it, and then hide it from the back. We'll be coming to the back of all these ropes at the very end. Just you wait. And now I want to take my white yarn right here. This is another way I learned to join your yarn together. So I'm going to grab your yarn. You want to make a slip stitch through, connect it together, and then you will be joining it by this. You'll try to find, like, in between every 3 of these, there's a gap. I'm going to go through your gap, any gap. I'm going to wrap your yarn, take it, pull through on both of the loops, make the slip stitch. And then you want to pull your yarn and tug it from behind, from the back. And I just connected my yarn just like that. To make sure that it's secure, I would love to chain an extra one, like that. And then for round 3, we'll be, sorry, voice crack. And then for round 3, we'll be doing the same as round 2, the round we just did. But the only difference we're doing is with another color of yarn. And then we'll just, by every 3 of these, at every pair, we're going to chain 2 instead of 1, because our circle is getting bigger and you don't want it to get flat. So you want it, after every pair, you want to chain 3 after that. Okay? Another small simple trick I love to do, I would love to take my extra yarn, I will just put it in, tug it in like this, and in between of your 2 stitches, you want to do your 3rd. As I was saying, I would wrap my yarn, I would kind of pull it like that, and then I would wrap my yarn, I will just pull it through normally and do a double normal crochet. But instead, I will be taking my yarn like out my hook, and I will just put it between these 2 stitches. I will grab my white yarn, I'll take it and like try to pull it through these 2, so it kind of camouflages, and I'll tuck it in like that, tuck, and I'll touch my yarn again, and there it is. And then I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to do my first double crochet. I'll be doing 2 more in this stitch. Okay, so here I am. on my last loop here. You probably would ask me what on the earth what will I do next? Well, honestly, you know how you chain 2 here to join these 2 together? Here instead, I'll be chaining 3. Yeah, 3. So wrap my yarn, right, chain 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take the end of it, I'm gonna connect it, and do a slip stitch to connect them together. Just like that, and then pull my yarn, and voila, looks exactly the same. I love the size that my yarn is, my coaster is in right now. The yarn itself is nice. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. It's good, it's perfect. So I like the size of my coaster just like this. So I would take my yarn, I will cut it just like my finger. Yep, I'm gonna cut, and I'm gonna cut right here. Snip. Okay, and then I want to chain 1 for this one. I want to pull it, and then pull it tight, ink it out, ink it, pull on it, annoy it. Okay, so you reach the part where you have this piece of yarn, this piece of yarn, and this piece of yarn to handle up. So I'll be showing you how I usually do it, and if you already know how to do this, you could do it your own way, because mine really kind of might be confusing. Okay, so I will take my white yarn first, and you see that a pair of these, this is a pair, by the way, a pair of 3 double crochets. So I'll be joining my hook through these two, as I was saying. And then I want to pull my yarn, and not all of it, just keep it like this, normal size. I take my yarn, chain 1, pull it out, tied it down. Make sure you place your other thumb on it so it won't come out looking like this. Okay, so you want to press hard on it, like really, really hard. Okay, so next up you want to cut this part of the yarn. Just normally cut it. Make sure you don't cut your chain. And then you have extra yarn. You either throw it away or save it up like scrap yarn. So I want to do the same from here, but over here. You want to do it with this. So you got like this, and say you have something messed up here. You will do it through these 2 white pairs, even though this yarn is not weight. I don't think anyone will be mad. It won't really matter. Yeah, it won't matter, because then nobody's gonna really look at the back, right? So tie it, and if you think it will really matter, it will just look something like this. It's just like an extra yarn. And if you want to hide it, I would recommend going like this. So what I did is I took my other 2 yarns, my other 2 hooks, and then I want to go like this. Just press on it really hard. And there you go. Where'd it go? And then for this small piece, I would just normally cut it off because it's already like goodly tight. Not too much, because then you want to kind of pull it in. Yeah, like pull it in like that. And then, yeah, you have a nice coaster. And I will be putting my coffee on it. And I'll be giving it as presents. If at the end you wanted it to look like more special, you could add a ribbon through like the tightest space in between. I will do it in the space like where you actually cut your white yarn. So here's the place I cut it. So I would put like a ribbon and tie it if you want to give it as a gift, for example. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.